Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Shelby. I have my books I read for the month of April. Yes, I'm like a month late. I know. I have not felt like filming videos, but I have been posting my reviews on either Goodreads or my Bookstagram. So both of those I believe are linked down below. So check both of those out if you want to keep more up to date. My Goodreads, it happens as I finish books. My Bookstagram is generally like a couple weeks late, just because I don't want to inundate people with books. So yeah, I think that's it. We can go get started. So the first two books I have are Catching Fire and Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins. I'm not going to go too much into these because I am going to film a separate video going over the Hunger Games trilogy, like the initial 3 books. So I'm not going to go into great detail on these, but I did thoroughly enjoy them. I read them when I was like 18 or 19, and I remember really enjoying them, but then I haven't really read them since. And with the recent resurgence of the Hunger Games on TikTok, I have fallen deeply obsessed again. So yeah, I read those, actually listened to them, which I have found like the I listened to the Hunger Games and Divergent, which those I will talk about in my next months. And like I really liked listening to them. It's vastly different than reading them and vastly different than watching the movies. It's a whole different experience and I really enjoyed it. I would listen to them either in the car or when I was working out. So yeah, I use the Libby app. If you have a library card, download Libby. You can get audiobooks, and I believe like ebooks on there as well. I don't use that function because I'd rather either listen or have a physical copy. But the first one I'm going to talk about is The Party Crasher by Sophie Kinsella. I don't know. I read this March 23rd through April 4th. I gave this a 4-star. I'm gonna have to use my Goodreads. I use this anyways, but I really am going to have to because I am quite a ways removed from these books. But I gave it a 4-star, and it's about Effie, which her parents got a divorce, and they are selling, the dad got with another woman. He is selling like the big family home. They're gonna have like a big party. It's set in England, I believe, if I remember correctly. And this book basically happens all within the span of like 48 hours, I believe. And it's during the house party. Effie didn't get invited. The stepmom is not great, but she didn't get invited or didn't receive the invite, and yeah, it's like a whole thing. She went to find these, I think it was like the nesting dolls was what she was looking for, and yeah, she ended up finding out a bunch of secrets from her family and misinterpreting some things. And yeah, I enjoyed this book. It did take me a while to get into it, but I did enjoy it. Next I have The Bookish Life of Nina Hill. This is by Abby Waxman. There's other ones after. I just discovered that. Okay. Okay, cool. I did not realize that, but I don't know if it's a sequel or what. But there is adult assembly required. So I might have to check that out. But I gave this a 3-star. This again was another one that took me a while to get into. Nina's inner dialogue I wasn't a huge fan of. But Nina, basically raised by a single mom, but not really raised by the mom, more like raised by nannies. And she then finds out her dad dies. There's a whole thing with that. Apparently her dad had some money, and yeah, like she found out she has this whole family. She ends up falling in love. Some of her family ends up becoming like best friends. And yeah, it's just like, it goes through all of that, and like she works at a bookstore, like her saving the bookstore. And yeah, I thought it was really good. I mean, I only gave it a 3, so I guess it wasn't that good. I don't really remember why I specifically gave it a 3. Probably because the inner dialogue, but I did like the different like storylines and stuff like that. Next we Were Dreamers by Simu Lee. This I give all autobiographies a 5-star. There were things I liked and things I didn't like. Okay, if you can hear Elvis, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna film because he has been crazy. But yeah, back to Simu. I liked this book. I do give all autobiographies a 5 because I have no right to judge their story. Like, it's their story. But I liked his story is so vastly different from my own. I am a white woman born and raised here in America. He is a Asian man not born in America. And I believe he wasn't raised in America until he was a certain age. I don't really fully remember. But yeah, I mean, it was a really good book. His life experience is so different, and I think it's so important to read and learn different people's life experiences so you can understand. And yeah, I really liked it. I liked how he brought up wanting to become a superhero, like in different phases of his life. And I liked the story when he used to dress up as Spider-Man for like kids' birthday parties and stuff. I thought that was interesting. But yeah, I really liked the way he recalled and looked back on his life. I listened to that book as well. And then my last one for the month of April is Verity by Colleen Hoover. This book was a lot, guys, but also like I felt like it was going to be more than what it was, like more spooky, scary. It's not. Like, it's not. Verity's just wild. I don't know. It's just like parts of it were bone chilling, but like it was. I had put this off for so long because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna be able to handle it. Like, I have a hard scarier books just because I get so in my head, but I didn't think it was as like thrilling as other people said. Maybe that's just my opinion. I don't know. It was good. It's about Lowen is a struggling writer. She gets discovered by Jeremy Crawford, who is Verity's husband. Verity is an author. She was in a bad accident. Jeremy's trying to find someone to finish like Verity's books, essentially. And so he has hired Lowen. She goes to their house to kind of like get in the mindset and read some of the manuscript stuff. She ends up finding what she assumes is a diary. Yeah. Then it's Lowen thinks it's a diary, not a manuscript. And Jeremy kind of has the same vibe. Yeah, that's a big debate, is like manuscript versus non-manuscript. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I have a lot of mixed feelings on it. I did give it a 4-star. And I say this book is so much because it is so much. Like, Verity herself is such a complex character. I feel bad for Verity, but also like, do I actually feel bad for Verity? Should I feel bad for Verity? Should I actually feel bad for Lowen? Or like, is Lowen the bad guy? Like, Jeremy's probably a bad guy, cheating on his wife. Like, your wife is upstairs, you're cheating on her. Like, there's so much. That's a spoiler, sorry, oops. I read this April 13th through April 20th. Yeah, didn't hook me right away, but I kind of was going through a reading slump in the month of April and early May. So yeah, but yeah, I thought it was interesting. Like, Jeremy and Verity's son, like, he's been through it. He has seen a lot. But like, oh, I feel bad for him and the way he's going to continue to be raised, because, so this book does not have the bonus chapter, but the bonus chapter, a couple people posted it like on TikTok or Reddit, and I read it on TikTok. There's a lot. I posted my review and everything before reading the bonus chapter, but after reading the bonus chapter, like, make sure to read it. I believe the book with the bonus chapter is a hardcover, and I believe it's sold at Target, either Target or Barnes & Noble, but you can just get the regular one and look it up online. But yeah, it was a lot, but like not as much as I thought. It was a different type of a lot. Like, I thought it was going to be horror-y, but instead it was just kind of like slightly thriller-y. Yeah, I would suggest it, but I don't think that I'm like hardcore crazy about it like other people are. I also think I'm just maybe not as into Colleen Hoover as other people are. I do like her writing. I'm not a fan of her as a person, but I do enjoy her writing for the most part. I still have quite a few to get through before I can definitively say I like her writing. That's a side tangent. But yeah, that is it for the month of April. I will, here in a little bit, film my month of May books. So that'll either come out the Thursday or Sunday after I post this. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Peace.